I'm back here with you another Saturday. Today is Saturday, the 28th day of May 2016, the last Saturday in the month of May. And I'm here with you on top of the Makonyami Hill on the south side, where actually I usually start my photo shooting. And I am here. As you look back down there, you can see where the stuff is one of my favorite areas of taking a photograph. And as you can see, the guys are working here on the drain that is coming in from the main road at the Casablanca area. And you see where they have started some of the woodworks and the concrete works of the drain. Now, last week when I came here, or sometime this week, I took some photographs of this drainage work, and I questioned the fact of this lip that we have here. Normally, the asphalt should be flush with the concrete drain, and we know that some sort of work has to take place here. So what I have gathered, I've asked the guys working on this, and I was told that they're going to have to put another layer of asphalt right in this area where they have this 5 centimeter raise of the drainage system here that will be going all the way around. So this is just to let you know what is going to transpire there, and as I move down to the flat down there to get a glimpse of all the other work that is taking place here on the site today, I'm gonna leave you here for a while and head down to the bottom. Down there on the structure there for Rubis, the guys are laying the electrical conduit, and it looks as though they're doing some concrete works there. Oh no, he's throwing water. Probably they're going to do some concrete works there, casting the concrete on the floor. And we have seen the electrical conduit already laid, and the work will be done later. Well, the guys are down here doing the work on the drainage. Actually, they are plastering this area of the drain that they laid the blocks. And this patch here, what we are looking at, I've learned that it will be grassed later on. So all this area around the approach lights, where I'm standing here right now, where you see the dirt on the ground, this area will be grassed. I'm not sure about this section up here, but most likely something will be done about here, because when it rains, all the water from up at the top will be flowing all the way down here to the bottom. So hopefully they might fill up here with dirt and grass it as well, or probably do some asphalting or concrete works. This I don't know what they will do with this area, but let us wait and see exactly what happens. So this is what we have happening down here at the area where we have the approach lights. Guys are continuing with the work on the drainage system. Some corrective work will have to be done in this area, and done very soon, because what you have happening here, this is the access road on the south, and this is a drainage. It's more or less a slip drain, if you want to call it that way. But the water that comes off the road and runs from both sides of the road, and also runs off from that area up there, runs through in this area where we have this thing. And as you can see, water setting up there. Well, the guys are doing the drainage, so as they get wrong here, they put in the drain to control this water. But the water here runs down on this side where we have the fencing of the approach lights. And you know what, is a very dangerous thing. Though it is good, it can be very dangerous. And if something is not being done very soon, we're going to have an erosion problem just where we have those concrete works done for the fencing. So I don't know how soon they're gonna deal with this, but they have to deal with it very soon, because when the rain starts, it can cause a problem, and it doesn't make sense doing the work, seeing the problem, leave it to get worse, to have to come and do it over again. To me, that is wasting time and wasting material. So, like the old adage says, a stitch in time saves nine. Now, this bank area here, I don't know how they're going to deal with it to control the erosion of the bank. Maybe they're going to put up some blocks here to keep the bank up, the bank in place by a wall, because this is the slope, this is the area where the road falls below the level of the runway. And that bank side there, when the rain comes, it washes the water washes the dirt down and erode the bank side. And we hope that something will be done here. I mean, everything cannot be done at the same time, but when we see the problem, we have to correct the problem at an early stage before it gets worse and creates a bigger problem, which means that we'll have to spend more money to correct the bigger problem. Now we have the concrete truck, and this truck is loaded with water. The water will be used to wash down the concrete pump truck after it has completed pumping the concrete. And now we have the men on the decking of the structure for Rubis, and they are waiting for the first arrival of the concrete mix to start pouring the concrete here on this decking that will house the pump for the Rubis pump station that will pump the fuel to the fuel farm. The guys are in position, the shovel in hand, trowel in hand, rake in hand, waiting for the first pouring of the concrete here on this structure, which will house the pump station for the Rubis fuel farm, located just northwest of the airport site. There you have the pump being extended over the structure and getting ready in position. A gentleman with a gadget around his waist. He is the one who is controlling the movement of the pump. As you see it, extending it over the structure here, all the way from the truck that is parked down there. And this concrete truck is owned by the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which is operating here at the site. You will have seen this truck in many areas pouring concrete, especially in the area where we have the tunnel and the river area. And just in a while from now, you will start to see the work starting here as they start the pouring of the concrete. So they are waiting for the first truck to arrive with the concrete to start the pouring. That is why nothing is taking place as yet. Now you can see the truck in position here. It's parked up, backed up to the concrete pump, and is getting ready to offload its concrete. The concrete has already been tested by the guys to ensure that it is of the right consistency, and now the guys are eagerly waiting when the first pouring of the concrete starts here on this structure. Now you're seeing for yourself the first pouring of the concrete, and you see the work is going on now. I'm not going to be able to stay here until they finish the entire work, but what I will do, I'll make my rungs, and then when I get back down later on, by that time they will finish. I will give you an idea. I'll show you exactly the finished product. But this is what you see now. Everybody is busy now doing the setting and of this concrete, and gonna leave you for a while and go somewhere else. Now last week when I visited this area, Sunday actually, and I think that was the 22nd, I show you where they had cut out here. And later down in the week, as I made some afternoon trips, I noticed that they had the wooden stakes in this pathway. I actually took some still photographs, and I told you from what I was seeing that was the route the road was going to take, coming through this pathway. But as I come here and during the week still, I notice that the road has been changed and pointed to a different direction. And there seems to be a problem in that first area, so they have diverted the road going like they're going out towards the seaside and make a turn around the bankside. And it looks to me as if this is the route the road is going to take now. At first it looked, actually it was in this direction it was going, but like I have told you, they have changed the route because of some structural problem down there. The earth was a bit too soft right in that area you're looking at there, and so they have diverted the road, putting it on a firmer ground going around the backside there of this bank. And you're going to see the development in the weeks coming, and to be so that you can be confirmed that this what I'm telling you is actually exactly what happened. But from what I am seeing, I can tell you with all surety that the road will not be passing in this direction anymore, but it will be going around, further around, and it will be a longer route, longer than this one. You see where the truck is down there? There is where the road was supposed to exit and link up, but it will go around this bank you're looking at right now, down in that area down there where you're seeing the pathway there, and come around. So here in this area we can see some compaction taking place, and no doubt I am convinced that this is the route the road is going to take, and you will see in the weeks coming up exactly what I'm telling you. And as I get around, I will give you another example why I'm so convinced that this is the route the road is going to take, because they would not have been paying so much attention to this area, because the road is of great importance right now, and the fact that they are paying attention to this area, the common sense will tell you that the road is going to come around. This truck you're seeing going down there is going in the same area where the road was supposed to come out to transport some of the dirt from there and dump it down on the back. This compactor you see operated by a Vincent and Mr. Harman Joe is compacting the area here to make it firm and solid so that the road can be put. Right in this area here is where the road was supposed to come through. This is where you see all that dirt, pile of dirt there. What is happening right now, they are removing the dirt from this area. This is exactly where the road was coming down, was supposed to come down and link up to that area where they would have already laid the base stone. But now that they have changed the road, it is going more to the left where you're going around there. You're seeing that is the route it's going to take, which is a much longer route, and will link back up to this piece now that they have already laid the base stone, taking you back out to where the sugar mill is, where it will link up to that old piece of the Warwick Road and taking you back down to the Warwick Road. Now you see the stone mill is feverishly crushing stone, different grades of stone. We have the dusting and we have other 3/8 half-inch stones, and you can see the mill there in full operation doing the work here at the site. At the top of the hill we have trucks being loaded. So here we are where the road, the new piece of road coming in from the south, will actually link up. It has already linked up now. All the aggregates, the base aggregates are there. The compacting machine over there in the distance has a puncture wheel on the right hand side, so can't do any work until that wheel has been changed, and I am not sure if they have wheel to replace it, but there it is and this piece of equipment is what does the compaction of the stone area. Wherever you have a lane of base stone, that piece of equipment does the compaction work. So from where the front end loader is over there loading the truck, come back to me here, the base stone has already been laid, and over in the area where we have the other compactor compacting the dirt area, that area is left to have base stone. So as you can see, as I have told you, the road which would have been passing where the front end loader is loading the truck coming down that slope there has now been changed to go around that area where we have the compacting machine compacting the curve in the back there. And from what I have seen early up this week coming here, there seems to be a problem in that area where the road was supposed to come down, just close to where we have the stone crushing plant. And because of that problem, it seems as though they would have put the road further wrong, coming back on a solid area where we have in the back there. So as time progresses, and I'm not too sure how long that work will take place, but I guess in the month coming up, because by Tuesday May will be coming to an end. So all the way up in June or thereabout, or the first week in June, we should see that this piece of road here completed with the asphalting and opening up for a motor vehicle for the people who are living in this area behind me, Warauku and Mount Pleasant area, so that they can get to and from their home. And when that is done, the road that comes across the runway from the Argyle Gardens will be closed off. I would have posted still photographs of this work, no video, but I come back here so that I can get a video shot. This is in the area of the Makonyami Hill, and this is the north of the hill. Now all the way back down there, all that bankside that was in the way of the fencing, the bankside has been removed, and now we have a clear pathway for the fencing work to be done. At this point, to this end, is to where the Rubis pipe lane has gotten to. Now they would have started some laying down of the pipe down at the north, south down there where they have the fencing work already done. And this is the point. So all from here go back down there. They have to continue with the digging of the trenches, or the trench, to lay down the pipe. I do not know the reason why the fencing has stopped here. Maybe they don't want to go further down past where we have the pipe. I don't know yet, but this is the point to which they have gotten to with the fencing work. They are actually doing fencing work in other areas, mind you, and when I get further up, you're gonna see what has transpired over the past week since I visited here and did some video on Sunday. I was here I think Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday as well, but all I did was to take still photographs, because the time I came through, it would have not have been enough time for me to do any video coverage of the work. So this is just to give you an update as to what has taken place here regarding the fencing. For those of you who don't have a Facebook page and who rely on these YouTube videos of the work here at Argyle, so that you can have an idea as to what has taken place over that past week. Here is another area where some fencing poles have been planted, and you know here is just below where we have the control tower, which is on top of the hill up there. Now we would have had fencing plant up to this point here where we're looking at, and now we have the continuation now over the past week gone there of the work on the fencing in this area of the control tower on the flat. And like I have told you earlier, I didn't take any video shots, but I took still photographs. And this fencing will be going around the end around there. When I get around there, I'm going to see exactly if anything is going on or what has taken place. Now you see this area where the drain is. The covers are now laid back on the drain here, and the work continues on the drain, and this is in the area where we have the apron on the south side of the apron coming around the foot of the hill where we have the control tower. And work is going on here right now. Guys are plastering inside of the gutter area here, and further up we have the backhoe clearing the pathway for the drainage. See, all these slabs are on and they are joined. The joints are sealed with some mortar, and this is as far as where the drain has gotten to, and this drain is being built with blocks. Now in that area just ahead of us there, we have some hard rocks there, and this week the drill was here, the yellow drill. Notice the drill was parked somewhere over there north of the Bravo taxiway, but it is now removed and probably gone back on the Petroglyph Hill, and now we are having this area cleared where the rocks were. Now if you look just in front of us here, we see that big massive piece is something similar to this. Some hard rocks below. The drill had to drill because the backhoe cannot really clear the pathway of all those stones. But now that the drill has drilled and the blasting of these rocks, you can now have them loosen, and they are making the pathway. As you can see it up there doing some work. But right across there is where we have some harder rocks still, so probably they will have to come back here and do some more drilling to loosen up these rocks so that we can have the route clear so that the drainage work can continue. So you're seeing the fencing on the hangar, and you know that this is temporary. And this is being done to separate the construction work on the hangars from the actual operation of the airport. So this space is actually left there for the time being because the truck vehicle to get to the site here need a pathway for the time being. What you're seeing there is the nut and bolt. I wonder if that is the foundation for the screwing on of the metal frames when they come from Barbados to be mounted. These are going to be cast into here. They're going to be concreted, and the guys start laying them in. And you know, in this area is where we're going to have the office space, office upstairs and downstairs. But you can see here already where they have the footing for the base of the metal frames that will be mounted here on this. When this is ready, the frames will come in, and we are here at the area where they are building the hangar for the Mustique Airways. This is the progress of the work so far. To me, it is going a bit too slow, but I don't know the reason why. But this is what you're looking at here right now. Nothing is taking place, nobody is here today, and I am just giving you an idea as to what is going on. Here on the Petroglyph Hill, where the drilling continues, we have the yellow drill here, and over on the other side we have the cream drill. And where you're seeing all these cardboards held in place with a stone, these are areas where they're going to do drilling so that they could blast this area. So we have in the middle some hard rocks, and like I have learned from the Cuban worker who is responsible for the drilling and the explosive in this area, next Tuesday gonna have some blasting over there on the hill where we have that drill taken down. Over on the north on the flat we have a considerable amount of that area has been reduced right down to ground level, making the way for the fencing. But this is the stubborn piece here, and all of this coming right across, because they would have gotten to the back where they're reaching with the, all of this has to come right back down to ground level to match with over there on the southern side where they have already done the earthworks and so forth. So all where you see that vehicle now pass there, you realize that all here is going to be taken down, and as soon as the road on the south is completed, no vehicle will be having access to the site along this road. It is approaching 12 o'clock, and as you know, how it goes on the site, when that time comes, everybody is marching towards where they're going to have their meal, to have their lunch break. But I am here, and in a few minutes from now I should be out because I have to attend the funeral of a retired police officer, Joseph Jack, whose funeral will be this afternoon. So I'm gonna head out of here by 1 o'clock or 1:30. I should be out. So I'm just giving you a quick run through of what is taking place here, so that you can be informed of the progress of the work here at the airport site for today, Saturday, the 28th day of May 2016. Here at the area of the 191, that's the end on the eastern side where the fencing work is going on. Now during the week I pass here, so the holes dug. Now we have the boxing going up, the footing we have the boxing for the footing of the concrete is now in place. So by the time I come back here next week, or if I come during this week coming up, we should see some poles being planted here in this area where they're going to put the fencing just at the point where we have the end of the 191. Now we see the poppy lights are back in position. They would have taken them out after the landing of the Liat aircraft, and now they are back here in position. I am not sure if they're going to leave them there or they're just testing them out, but they're back here, and we have to be very careful, and I hope that they have some sort of security in this area to monitor these lights to avoid them being vandalized. We cannot take anything for granted in this country the way things are going these days. And knowing how much people are so much against this Argyle International Airport, we have to be on our guard at all times. On my way up this morning, remember I showed you where they were actually getting ready to start the casting of this structure, and I actually show you when they started and told you that on my way back down I will bring you up to date as to what has taken place. There is nothing happening here now. The work is completed, as you will know by now based on what you're seeing. And you see they have covered the area with the plastic so that I could maintain the moisture, not allowing it to dry out too quickly so that the roof will be cracked. And this is what is happening. So by next week when I come back here, we'll see some, probably the plastic remove, and some new things happening here.